Listening cues. Have you ever thought about what listening cues are? I'm going to inform you about these cues, give examples of these cues. I will be describing how these cues are used and why it is important to use listening cues. First, I will describe what listener cues are. What are listener cues? Listener cues include language signals that are used to better understand what is being said and talked about. These cues are also used to show relations between concepts. Next, I will give examples of listener cues. Examples of listener cues include nonverbal, visual, social, and verbal cues. Nonverbal cues including nodding, eye contact, and leaning forward. Visual cues include sensory cues processed by the eyes, such as eye contact. Social cues include facial expressions, vocal tone, mood, body posture, movement, and hand gestures. Verbal cues include anything spoken that stimulates a response. Verbal examples include saying I see, I know, I understand, thank you, and sure, to make sure the speaker knows you are listening. I will then describe how to use these listener cues. Listener cues are used when the listener wants to let the speaker know they are trying to be an active listener. They may use the different cues including head nods, eye contact, hand gestures, body movement, and body posture to show the speaker they are an active listener. Through good listening cues, the listener shows the speaker they are truly listening. Lastly, listener cues are important to use. Listener cues are important to use because using these different cues shows the speaker you are trying to be an active listener. Being an active listener is very important. The skills for being an active listener can help build relationships, solve problems, ensure understanding, and avoid conflict. Overall, listening is the most fundamental component of communication skills. Listening happens through an active process which a decision is made to listen and actually understand the messages of the speaker. Important benefits for showing active listening skills include building deep trust, broadens your perspective, strengthens your patience, makes you approachable, increases competency and knowledge, save time and money, and helps detect and solve problems. Good listeners try and understand what others are really trying to say, no matter how unclear the messages might be. Listening includes not only decoding verbal messages, but knowing what nonverbal cues are. Effective listeners let others know that they understand and encourage speakers to share their thoughts. In conclusion, listener cues are ways to let someone know you are listening. Throughout this speech, I informed you what these cues are, how to use them, and why they are important to use. I hope in the future you use these examples of listener cues I shared. Overall, listener cues are very important.